Hey folks, today we've got your complete sports technology deals on Amazon Prime Day. There are a lot of deals, arguably, not argue, unquestionably the best deals we've seen to date from Amazon in any of their Prime Day sales on all the latest products. There's no old leftover products this time around. So we'll get straight into it. I've got an entire deals list up there in the corner that I'm constantly updating and checking and adding and all that fun stuff. So definitely just simply hit that link up there, or a lot of these things will be linked down in the description as well. And those links do definitely support this channel quite a bit. Even if you're buying something else on Amazon, if you check out those products first and then buy something else, it really does help. So we're gonna start off with the watches and wearables. So starting off alphabetically, we've got the Apple Watch SE, Apple Watch Series 9, and Apple Watch Ultra 2 all on sale. In the case of the Apple Watch SE, it is $70 off down to $169, by far the lowest price we've seen it. That's notable because all three of these watches right here are getting watchOS 11. I just released a video this morning on that for training load features, but also plenty of other features as well. The Series 9 is down to $279, a bit lower than we've seen in the past. The lowest we've seen previously is $289. But the Apple Watch Ultra 2, this one right there, is $100 off at $699. That's the lowest price I've recorded since its launch last year. And so that's a pretty sweet deal because again, all these Apple Watches are getting the latest software that went public beta yesterday and will be available in production sometime in the September timeframe. Now, switching away from Apple, though, if you want the AirPods Pro, this is the latest gen with USB-C. It's what I primarily use, a bit for running, but really just for editing and kind of working and stuff like that. These are also on sale for $188, which is about 60 or so bucks off. Now, away from Apple products, we've got a bunch of Fitbit and Google stuff. In the case of this right here, this is the new Fitbit Ace LTE watch that was just launched over a month ago in early June. I've been testing it so far. Well, my kids have been testing it, myself, my wife have been testing it. Kind of mixed on this one, but if you do want to pick it up, it is on sale for 22% off at $179. Likewise, you've got the Fitbit Charge 6 at its usual sale price of $99. Still arguably one of the best activity tracker deals out there. It's got built-in GPS and heart rate. Can't really use them all together sometimes, but if you use your phone for GPS, then the heart rate is great, and that is really a very, very solid deal at $99. I've got the Fitbit Sense 2, a bit older, at $179 for $70 off, and the Fitbit Versa 4 at its usual kind of sale price of $159. If you're looking at one of those older Fitbits, just get the Sense 2. Don't bother getting the Fitbit Versa. Spend the extra $20. It's worth it for the extra bits. But getting to one of the biggest deals on this list is the Garmin Epix, the Gen 2, for $400 off at $499. I primarily use the Epix Pro as one of my two kind of daily driver watches, but the dirty little secret is that the Epix is getting all the same features and has gotten all the same features as the Epix Pro, including just this past weekend, a new feature update in public beta, adding Garmin Share, something that introduced on the Garmin Edge 1050 series and is being rolled out across the board on the newer watches and newer cycling devices. So as of this moment anyways, we haven't seen the existing Garmin Epix series being dropped off the list in terms of feature updates. It's getting all the same stuff. So for $499, that is an incredible, incredible deal. And if you want the Sapphire Titanium Edition, it's just $50 more at $544, and that includes multi-band or basically dual frequency GPS. Also, dirty little secret, I'm seeing near identical results between the non-multi-band and multi-band when it comes to Garmin's wearables. Not because the multi-band is worse, but because the non-multi-band, the cheaper one, is so good that the difference between those two is almost negligible. So if you don't have the extra $50, don't worry about it because it's such a good deal. And likewise, the Fenix 7 Solar Sapphire is $549 as well. Again, the Epix and the Fenix series are identical from a software feature standpoint, 100% identical. The only difference is the display and the battery life. So Epix has an AMOLED display, and then the Fenix 7 has a MIP-based display. And as such, the MIP-based display tends to get a bit longer battery life versus the AMOLED display is, of course, that more brilliant kind of Apple Watch style display to it. Now, another really notable deal here, especially on the budget side, is the Garmin Forerunner 255 Music Edition is 45% off at $219. It's cheaper than the non-music edition, which is at $279 or $288, something like that right now on sale. Just get the music one. It's got more space, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got music. Likewise, if we go down slightly, we have the Garmin Forerunner 955, $170 off at $329. By far, the lowest price we've ever seen this watch, and one of the most popular watches out there in the endurance sports world today. Again, also continuing to receive updates and new features. So it's really cool to see that, and that is an incredible price for a full multi-sport watch with full mapping and navigation and routing and everything you could possibly want. Good battery life, multi-band GPS, like the works is in that watch. Now, on the Google side, there's a Google Pixel Watch 2 for $100 off at $299. Of course, Google has announced that they have a new event coming up in early August to announce new Pixel devices, including presumably the watch as well as one of those things. Yet despite that, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Google rolled out all of its Pixel 2 features to the Pixel 1, and I can't imagine that when the Pixel 3 or whatever the heck they call it comes out, they're going to ignore the Pixel 2 either. I think they're probably going to follow the Apple model of at least a few years of updates for these watches, so $100 off for that isn't too bad of a deal. Aura, their Aura Ring, that's what I have right here, is $75 off their Horizon, their Gen 3 Horizon editions. And then we have Polar with their H10 as well as their H9 straps. Their H9 is down to $50, so basically $10 off. And then their Polar H10 strap is $75 or 25% off. I often use both of those straps for basically heart rate accuracy testing across the board for all these devices. Well, not the drones, but the watches. So both really good units. Likewise, the Polar Verity Sense, that's the armband that you could wear. Basically the same sort of thing. Also use it as a reference device. Has a little bit of a sale there as well. Galaxy Watch 6, 47% off to $159. Again, kind of the theme just like with the Pixel watches, except Samsung just did their event last week for the Galaxy Watch 7. I've got an entire video up on that in the corner there, so that's why we're seeing them kind of clearance those out. Keeping in mind though that if you've got an older Galaxy Watch unit, like a Galaxy Watch anything else, and you're looking to upgrade, that you can get a better deal with their trade-in program than the $159 here. So just kind of letting you know that. Like people are trading these things in for like $50 total cash out there. There's Whoop 4.0 with its 1-year subscription, basically 20-something bucks off down to $199. And then going down from there into the cycling realm, we've got the Garmin Edge 1040 at $150 off to $449. Now again, the Garmin Edge 1050 just came out a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. But Garmin says they're keeping basically the 1040 in the lineup, and also it's already gotten actually via public beta, the vast majority of those new features. The only new features it hasn't received is the ones that are dependent on the hardware, like the bike bell and stuff like that, of the Edge 1050. Now, as of right now, only the 1040 base edition, not the 1040 Solar that I've got up there, is on sale. Honestly, unless you live in an incredibly sunny place, you're never going to notice the difference. So 1040 base is a very, very solid deal. Also on the Wahoo cycling side, they have the Wahoo Bolt V2 for $45 off. That's the little one right there. And then they have the Roam V2, the little bigger one there, for 15% off at $339. Now, down a little bit more there, Peloton bike is $400 off, the Bike Plus in particular anyways, is $400 off at $19.95. They also had the Bike Base, the base one, or the main one, whatever you want to call it, was $1,000, but you had to like pre-register for that deal, so you kind of missed the deal already. Now, on the Action Cam side up here, all the companies are getting into it. The DJI Action 4 is $100 off at $299, and then the DJI Air 3 combo package is $300 off at $1239. That's a great drone if you want basically the dual camera system on that drone as opposed to just one camera of some of the mini series drones there. And of course that package includes the batteries and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't really want all that stuff, the new Mini 4K, this is this one right here, doesn't have obstacle avoidance, but it has basically the same camera as some of their higher-end mini series units. I've been using it on a bunch of my videos lately. I've got all the DJI drones, I've got every single one of them, so I can use whatever I want, but I've been using the small one just because it's really, really small and easy to carry, and it's $229. Like, that's an incredible deal for a drone. Again, no obstacle avoidance, but outside of that, it's an amazing deal there. Update another deal while I'm editing this, the Hover X1 drone, one of my favorite new drones I've been using for the past like 9 months or so. It fits in my running shorts pockets and automatically follows me. I've crashed this, I don't know, maybe 200 times probably by now, and it's still alive, no problems at all. It is $359, which is 100 and something bucks off. A great little drone to have, primarily for running, so for cycling, depending on how fast you go, but running, walking, hiking, awesome for that. GoPro Hero 12 Black, $299, the lowest we've ever seen that unit there. That's kind of like my daily driver from an action cam standpoint. But I have been putting a lot of miles on the Insta360 Ace Pro over the winter. And by far, my favorite feature of this camera, as well as the Insta360 Go 3 and Go 3S, whatever, is the ability to integrate with Garmin and Apple Watch data. So when I save a workout on my Garmin device, any Garmin device at all, this can pull from it automatically in the app and overlay all of my speed and elevation and distance and all that fun stuff straight on the video in one tap. Honestly, their competitors should take note. It is like my favorite feature. It is so easy to use, and the fact that it like just works makes this something that you should heavily consider, because again, it just works. Just works is sort of my thing. Lastly, there's the Peloton Tread, $300 off at $26.95. It's what I use at home as my treadmill, especially like in the winter at nights and stuff like that. If the kids are asleep, I'll jump on that treadmill. I like it quite a bit. Like, it's a great little treadmill, and certainly a lot cheaper than some of the higher-end units out there. And there's that Polar H9 unit that was missing in the wrong category, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's the complete list as of right now, but keep in mind the way Amazon Prime Day works, or at least tends to work each year, is there's a bunch of new deals that are launched tomorrow. I won't be doing another video for tomorrow. Instead, just keep on checking that link up there. Like, it's really easy to remember, dcrainmaker.com/deals, and you can find all the latest deals. And again, that really does help support the site, the channel, everything, and I appreciate it. With that, have a good one.